Alright, hello everyone, it's March 26th. We had a good day today, lots of traveling, and I just watched some baseball. I don't know, it's starting to grow on me. I thought I'll never really like baseball, because I thought it was a quote-unquote boring game. But that's actually not. I think it's more interesting than I had expected. Let's just put it that way. All right, what do we have? Oh, we have a hard question today, and I haven't figured out this one yet. What do we have here? You are given a directed graph of n nodes, number from 0 to n minus 1. Each node has at most one outgoing edge. Each one has at most one outgoing edges, okay? Graph is represented with edges, indicating that there is a directed edge from node I to node edges I, okay? If there is no outgoing edge, it will be minus 1. Return the length of the longest cycle in the graph if no cycle exists, return minus 1. Cycle is a path that starts and ends on the same node, okay? So in the first one, 0.3, 1.3, 4.3, 3.2, and 2.24. Dude, how are we gonna do this? And we want the longest, which means we have something, point to something, point to something, and then point back. So we can say the ones that only point out, right, will never be in a cycle. Because in a cycle, somebody has to point to you. So the only possible to be a cycle, the node to be a cycle, to get point back, is the one that show up in this. So in this, we can say, okay, only 2, 4, and 3 can be part of a cycle because somebody points back to them. So 0 and 1 is not possible. So we don't even have to worry about those, okay? So now we can start from, from all these positions. And then they point out, right? At those positions we see, they point out. And from there, they point into one of the, because all of those are what we consider. So from all those positions, they're gonna point to some other positions, point to other positions, and then we'll point back. Okay, 2, and 2 will point to 3. Then we go to 3, and the 3 does not point, and the 3 point to 1, and the 1 is bad. And then 1 and 3. To be a cycle, right? To be a cycle, everyone has to have at least one edge pointing in and a one edge pointing out. So maybe we can go through the whole thing and find the number of in edge and the number of out edge. So we have 0.3, so I say 3 is out edge. We can say in edge and out edge. So everything start with 0, okay? Everything we say start with 0, 0. So for 3, 0 pointing to that. So with 0, we have an out edge is 1, in edge is 0. And 3, we have out in edge is 1, right? And then 1 is to 3. So for 1, again, out edge is 1, but 3 in edge is 2. And then 2, so for 2 we have out edge is 1, in edge is 0, because 2 to 4, which means for 4, we have in edge 1, out edge 0. And for 3 goes to 2, so 2 have in edge is 1, right? Out edge is 1, and 3 we have out edge is 1. And 4 is to 3 again. So 4 has out edge is 1, and 3 in edge is 3. Yeah. So when we see this, we'll pick out everything that has at least one in edge and one out edge, which means 0 and 1 are gone. So we have 2, 3, 4. And then we need to see if we can form a path in between these. Okay, so we are picking out the ones that, you know, has so one node cannot be so at least 3, right? A cycle is at least 3, because if you are only 1 and you say you don't go out, n is at least 2. Does that count? Hold on. If I say I have 2 nodes and then both are -1, what does that do? Which is just both. That's -1. Yeah, so it has to be at least 3, right? It has to be at least 3. So, like example 2, 0 has only one out edge. 2 has one in and one out. 3 has one in and one out. 1 has only one out. So we say the only possibility is 2 and 3. So we start from 2, right? It doesn't matter, we just start from one of them and then try to see if we can form anything. Okay, so we start from 1. In this case, we can start from 2 and we'll go to 3, right? And then 3 will go to a node that's we know is not good, so that's end. So these can now be considered. So we keep moving on. So we will get a cycle. But once we get a cycle, because everyone only get out once, right? From everything, you only get out once. So okay, you only get out once, but you can form, you can go a path, right? If you are not a cycle, then it's just a dead end. Nobody should get into you, because if they get into you, it's gonna be a dead end. But if you are a cycle, you record how far, how long it is, and then somebody else, if it goes to you. But that will be a cycle already, right? Can it be like a small cycle within a big cycle? Is that possible? Well, if you're talking about a small cycle and then it's part of like some bigger cycle, which means somebody else comes into it, but that's not possible. A cycle is just a cycle. right? A cycle is just a cycle. It's not possible. You just go through it and then that's it. Yeah, you just go through it and that's it. I think we just first pick out the ones that might be able to form a cycle, and then we just pick one and then traverse, because it's only one way. Everyone will go out in one way. So you will go through the ones, and if it is a cycle, you find it, you name it, right? And you just keep moving down, find out the things that's, not. Let's give this a shot. Let's see if this kind of thinking will work. So we first find out the ones that are possible, right? So what we're gonna do is n equals to, we might need this, so we do that, okay? And then we need to know if so we have to go through everything, right? So for I, E in enumerate edges, so we can say edge counts, okay? Edge counts. Let's do 0, 0, okay? For this in range n. And then we can say edge counts I. So it's from I to E. So I is going to be an out edge. So 1 plus equal 1. And E is going to be an in edge. So 0 plus equal 1, right? So once we're done, we're going to go through this one again, go through edge counts again. We're going to say for I and in out in enumerate edge counts. So if in is larger than 0, this multiplied by out is larger than 0, then that is a possible, right? That's a possible. So we can put in here potential cycle pots. It's gonna be a set, okay? So when we say pots dot add I, so this is a potential, right? So we go through everything. Now we're gonna go through the potential. For each one of them, we need to DFS it, right? But actually we don't have to. We can just, because everything is only one, so it can just do a cycle and see if we end up at a starting point. So what we do is, what do? We will go. We go through every single thing. We'll remove that from the pots. And anytime we end up with something that's not in the pot, then we are going to jump out. Okay, so maybe like, hold on, maybe we'll go here, this, and this. Okay, pointing back. That we can do. This is out, so it cannot connect, but this something will connect to here. Maybe like this, right? So we'll get this part. So this will form a cycle. But how about these? So would it be possible that it's included in another cycle? I don't think it's possible, because if they have to be another cycle, that means this has to come out again. So they will have two edges leading out. That's not possible. So if something is not in a cycle, once you start going, then it's definitely not going to be a cycle. Yeah, because everything is one. If it's something leading, something leading. Eventually, yeah, you have to go like two ways. So which means whichever we find it, when we find it, okay, then that is a cycle. But how do we know the size of it? That is a big question. How do we know the size? So we can start count, right? We can start count. Start count. So we start from a position, and then we go. We keep the record of everyone. Okay, so once we hit it back, I'm gonna have a lot of sets. Once we hit something that's not inside, I'm gonna stop. Okay. Then we need to know if that thing is inside the ones we already done. We can use a dictionary for that. If it is, then we can know its index. Then we will know the size. Okay. So basically, we have the potentials. We use the potentials to, to get through this whole thing. So we'll say for I in range n, okay? For everything, we're gonna check on the potentials. We're gonna say if I is inside the potentials. Now we're gonna DFS it, okay? Then we say node equals I. We can just say node equals I. And then while node is in pots dot remove node, and node equals edges node. And now go to the next one. Go to the next one, blah, 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 when I get out. But we also have to get a positions, right? Indices, right? Indices. We can do this. We can set node. We can set it to 0, right? That's the 0 position. Now we start go. Actually, we're gonna start from here. While node in this, we can say indices node equals we need a j. Indices this j equal to 0, right? So this will equal to j. When remove node, we'll get to the next node. If it's, and of course j will plus equal 1. So blah, 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 go. At the end, we get out the last node. The last node is not inside the pots, okay? J plus equal 1, so we know the last node. And then, it's 1, 2, 3, that percentage be 4. So 4 minus it be 3. So we're gonna say if node is equal to, is in indices, that means it's part of the cycle. Then we can have a result, right? Result will equal to, because we want the longest, so we can do -1, it's fine. And say res will equal to maximum res, this j minus indices node. If it's not in the indices, that means not in this cycle, it's somewhere else. Then we don't worry about it. It's just not possible. Then we just keep going, the next one, right? The next one. And we say if it's in it, right? The node is not in it, it's not in, then go to the next one, next one, next one, next one, next one. And we'll do this until we finish out the whole thing. Then we'll return res. I'm gonna give this a shot. That should be 3. Yeah, these are very easy test cases. I cannot guarantee that this one will work. We have edges. Longest cycle. Edges. Yeah, these two does work, but this one won't work. -1, -1. That works as well. Give it a shot. If it doesn't work, we'll debug it. Whew. surprisingly, it does work. No wonder it has like 40% pass rate. So either the test cases are very lenient, maybe it's very lenient. Okay, so first of all, what we did is 2360. So first check we do is to identify the potential nodes in a cycle. To be in a cycle, a node must be, actually I think we can make it even faster, right? If I say for I in list pod, right? If I say for I in list pods, and then it will be faster. So a node, like to be in a cycle, a node must have at least one in edge and one out edge. And one out edge. We can go through all the edges and keep only those with with at least one edge in and out, right, as the potentials. Then we can start from any of the potentials, right? We can start from any of the potentials and DFS it, right? And DFS it. If we end up, right, with a node, DFS it. As we go, we remove the node from the potential set, right? Thus, we'll only continue, right? We only continue if the next node is also in the potential list. And each time we visit a node, we remove it, okay? We remove it from the potential set. Thus, if DFS ends, we either have come back, right, to our cycle, or we have hit some nodes, right? Some nodes that was discarded before. Okay. We can keep an index list for all the nodes visited to compute the size of the cycle. And that's it. I'll say ON for this. This is ON, edge counts, right? This is also ON. And this is at most O2N, right? So we go through everything and each one will, this is, because only going once, right? Every node is visited only once. So I call that ON, and I am interested to see if the speed can be brought up a little bit with this list pods. Okay, so we don't have to go through every single one. We just go through them, and hopefully it will be faster. Let's see if it's gonna be faster. Slightly. So I'll use that. Okay, time to check the solution. DFS. I think they just straight up. Oh, the hell is Khan's algorithm? So what's the DFS? If it directly to DFS, you don't even have to. Actually, I guess maybe it is. You just directly to DFS. Hold on. Maybe we can just DFS this thing. We don't even have to. straightforward, okay? Straightforward DFS. Okay, we say not visited equals a set of range len edges. Let's get an n out. Okay. And then we just say for I range n, I probably need a res. Okay. And basically we're gonna do exactly the same thing with just a slight twist. Okay. When node equals this, then this is while this is in not visited. This will be this. Will be not visited and remove. Node will be equal to edges node, was equal 1. If no, then we do this. Then we return res. I'm actually think this one will work as well. Straightforward DFS. We don't even have to bother with removing the things. Yeah, it's actually faster. No need to bother with a pre-screening. Straight, yeah, no need to bother with screening. So ON. Okay, so now it's time. Let's take a look at the cons of it. I think I've heard of this before. Oh, it's a topological sort. Every directed edge comes incoming edges into each node. Oh, it's called in degrees. Deleting all the edges associated with it, leading to a decrement of in degrees for the nodes whose incoming edges are deleted. So, in degree, we have 1 and 6. They remove. Next one is 5. And next one, nobody has an in degree of 1. Oh. Oh. So this is very similar to my first one, which is to remove, right? Which is to remove the ones that, oh, but it removes more. My original one only removes 1 level, but this one can remove 2 levels, right? We can remove 2 levels. So we just get rid of all of them. So the only thing left, and then we're only traversing through these things. So it'll be similar to this in the remaining, but the getting out will actually be a little bit more. So we'll do this, right? Get all their counts, and we'll go find the one with 1 count, and then remove those one count, and every time remove we'll have this or remove this until we cannot, like when we remove this, right, and then 3 we don't have a, so these are in degree 0, the in degree is not 0, and then with no in degree is 0, so we add. We can actually give it a shot. This is actually very similar to solution 1. And then you will do it exactly the same way as solution 1. So that will be 3, okay? Using Kahn's algorithm, topological sort, to eliminate the impossibles. The impossible nodes. This method is similar to solution 1, but it removes more nodes that are not possible. Basically, solution 1 only removes the impossible nodes at the top level, but the Kahn's algorithm keeps going, right? Keeps going to remove the nodes with no in degrees on the second, third, right, etc levels. Thus, the remaining potential nodes are much fewer compared to solution 1. This can speed up the remainder of the algo. Okay, so this is the same, right? So what we need to do is go through the things, and we're going to say Q, right? These are this. We're going to say for I, in degree, out degree, in the LD, enumerate edges counts. If actually I don't need out degree, I only need in degrees. We want in degree is 0. Okay. Then we'll get we'll get these nodes. That's the Q. While Q, right? And then temp equal to this for a node in Q. Okay. So we will remove this, right? So which means the edge counts, the edges node, that's what it goes to, and this thing's in degree, which is going to be 0 because we do in and out, right? And this thing's in degrees from minus equal 1. And we say if this O equals edges node, so this will be O. I would say if O 0 is equal to 1, no 0 in degree, right? If we remove this, it's in degree 0. Then we'll say temp.append O, and yeah, we'll go to the next one, we'll go to the next one, we'll go to the next one. Yeah, O probably is a bad word. Let's just do next. Okay, blah blah blah, Q equals temp, right? And go back to Q. But how do you know what nodes are left? So we do need a set potentials pots equals set range n, right? And every time we visit this pots remove node, this one's not possible, so we remove it. And then we do this, go to the next one, come back, blah, 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 remove, right? And after remove everything and get out, pots are the only ones that is possible. So we remove this, and then we'll DFS. and the DFS will be exactly the same. So we're going to try solution 3. If okay, let's try this. I don't expect it to be faster. Ooh, we have an issue here. I think we have multiple. Well, we can solve this if we make the queue we make this into a set. So we'll make sure it will only get out once. So I always say add. Let's do a set. Give this one a shot. Nope. Oh, -1. Oh, key error is -1. So probably not this problem. I didn't read it very carefully. Oh yeah, it's -1. The problem is -1. It's not a set. The problem is here. So somebody has -1. Oh. But I ran this on this. Hold a second. Hold a second. I ran here, it was fine. Because it goes to -1. Huh. So we shall say if it goes to -1. Wait, hold on. -1 shouldn't even be inside, right? So we shall say if E, right, if E is larger or equal to 0, then we do this. I'm surprised it was even correct in the earlier version. Okay, give this a shot. Oof. -1 is not even inside though. In degree, hold on. This is correct, right? The end has to be that. Otherwise, you do not have, it does not count. But here, in degree larger than 0, and, oh, we do need our degree then. Our degree is larger than 0. Let's get this in. Okay. How about with these two conditions? Oh, that is very interesting. We still have -1 in it. Who has... Because it goes to there. No, I think the problem is here. The problem is here. Hold on. I mean, we can do it this way, and we can do it this way as well. And our degree is larger than 0. These are right. So for every single node, if it's in degree is 0 and our degree is larger than 0, we'll handle this. But here we can still run into a situation when it goes to the next, it goes to the end. So we have to have another level of check here, which just says, okay, so these are definitely has something going out. And and for this, for node, if node is not equal to -1, so I can put it here. We say if node is larger than equal to 0, then we do all this. Right, set one more check. Oh, these probably work. Okay. Maybe in that case I can remove this. Remove this. Okay, try this. Does work, but I have to go through these issues. The DFS seems to be the easiest method, right? But it's all right. 3 to 2, 3, 2, and 2. Yeah, let's not do this. Pass. All right, that shall be it. Okay. I will end here and see you guys